For a perspective on how the ruling Trinamool Congress in West Bengal is viewing the announcement of these election dates, I want to cut across live now to one of Mamata Banerjee's key associates. Senior Trinamool Congress leader Derek O'Brien now joins us on the news track. Derek, welcome. An 8-phase election staggered in a way that other assembly elections usually are not, seeming to suggest that the Election Commission is very bothered about the security situation prevailing in the state of West Bengal. What's your first sense of the dates that have been announced for the big battle for Bengal? Derek O'Brien.
Here it is. So we have 8 phases, 33 days, 23 central ministers will come to campaign, 6 chief ministers will come to campaign, 3 central agencies, CBI, ED, IT, tens of thousands of troops, infinity media, infinity money. All that is listed on one side, and on the other side we have one lady who's worked hard for 10 years. She'll be around for many more years in Hawaii chappals. That's the Bengal election for you as we see it. If you want me to talk in cricketing terms, well, Mr. Modi and Mr. Shah have figured it out that they will make the rules, they will make a pitch, they will make every kind of sub-rule also. But to we say, you've destroyed every institution in this country, but doesn't matter. You come here, as we say, bring it on, match on, we'll take you on, and once and for all we will sort this out. All this power on one side versus Bangla Nijer Me Ke Chai. That's it.
You know, a lot of the bombast that we are hearing from you, Derek O'Brien, was also heard before the Lok Sabha election when you came on our show and said if they get more than if they get more than 0, they get more than 1, maximum 6, no more. And we saw how it ended up for the BJP in the end. The Bharatiya Janata Party, for its part, seems confident that they weren't able to penetrate South Bengal, even though they swept North Bengal. And I think in the last year and a half, they've been able to make inroads in the Trinamool bastions as well in the south of Bengal.
You see, Mr. Kanwal, I'll just tell you, let us, not maybe every one of your viewers has, since the announcement has just been made, just see what a mockery has been made of this election already. Calcutta is voting in 2 phases. There are 2 seats here, Kolkata South one day, Kolkata North one day. South Chobbish Pargana district has 31 seats. One district is voting in 3 days. What is going on? You know, in one district you're voting in 3 days. In some districts you're voting in 2 days. 8-phase election for what? If you're so strong, and you've got all this bluster, and you've got all these forces, come here in 1 day, 2 days, defeat the lady and go away. What's the problem? All this big talk about 200 seats and 300 seats, there must be 450 seats in Bengal. I'll tell you why it's an 8-day election. The 8-day election is because every opinion poll of the BJP is telling them that they are still below 100 seats. That's the problem, but there's no big talk. We don't need to do the big talk because we rarely get a chance. We don't need to. There's no GST on big talk. You have to see how this is going. These are the questions which have to be asked. These are the questions. Is the Election Commission, which we respect as an institution, is it being meddled with? Is Parliament being meddled with? Is every institution in this country being meddled with? Are MPs not allowed to express themselves in Parliament? What chance does a citizen have? But doesn't matter. You've made the rules. A test match will finish in a stadium named after the Messiah in 2 days, but you want 38 days for the election. Bring it on. Yes, bring it on. Bring it on.
There's a lot at stake, Derek O'Brien, for India's opposition.
This is an insult to the people of Bengal.
I'm saying there's a lot at stake for India's opposition project, because if the Trinamool Congress were not to be able to retain Bengal, then the sweep of the BJP will extend all the way from Gujarat in the west to West Bengal, carrying on to Assam and Arunachal Pradesh in the northeast, and starting from, say, Haryana in the north and going all the way down, at least to the center of India, if not the south. So this is for the BJP, for the RSS, for the Sangh Parivar, a huge, high-stakes project, as it is for India's opposition. Didi literally is the last woman standing.
Yes, that's why we keep telling the people of Bengal, judge us on what we have done in the last 10 years. This is what we've done across the board in the last 10 years, and judge this divisive political party who make promises and don't deliver. I will tell you, you call any BJP minister, call him on your channel, I will debate him fact to fact for 1 hour or 45 minutes or whatever your channel wants, no pre-questions on Bengal and how we've performed and how the rest of these BJP-run states have performed. This is it. Number two, we will not allow this Gujarat Gymkhana, the duo from the Gujarat Gymkhana, to run Bengal. We love visitors in Bengal. We love people who speak Hindi, Gujarati, any language you come and speak, but then you come and live in Bengal. You are a tourist gang. You're nothing but a tourist gang who are coming here and hustling around for votes. You come here and hustle around for votes. You create divisions. You don't understand Bengal. You come and tell me Rabindranath Tagore is born in Shantiniketan. You don't even know to garland the right statue of Birsa Munda. You don't know these things. You go and make wrong statement about Bankim Chandra. You want to come here. You want to come here, live in Bengal and take a ration card and a ration card and an Aadhaar card and come and live here in Bengal. We will not allow Bengal to be ruled by quote-unquote outsiders because they do not understand the culture of Bengal, they do not understand the ethos of Bengal, and all these promises they've made on economy, on jobs, on infrastructure. I'm ready to come anytime for a debate on parameter to parameter, and we will debate each of these issues. You come on ease of doing business, you come on Manrega, you come on economy, you come on agriculture, you come on any of these issues, we will show you what Bengal has done. You come on health, you're talking about Ayushman Bharat. Of course, Ayushman Bharat was a copy of Mamata Banerjee's Shastra Shati, which came 2 years before that. The problem is, if you want to copy and pass an exam, you can pass, but you can never be first in class. That's Ayushman Bharat for you. Look at Beti Bachao and Beti Padhao. Let us sit down and debate for 3 minutes. Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, how many lives has it touched? You don't know. 74% is an advertising budget. Whereas here, in our Kanya Shri scheme, it's got a United Nations World Award. Why? Because it's changed the lives of 69 lakh girls. How has it changed? How the mortality rate has improved, how girls are being more educated. These are the issues. You want to come here and make divisive, nasty, bigoted statements. No, this is Bengal. This is not Uttar Pradesh.
Okay.
Sorry,
now, one of the key challenges, Mr. O'Brien,
and
for
the people who are coming here and speaking peace and harmony, look at their track record. Look at Amit Shah's track record. What is his track record on these cases in 2002? And all the people who, there are so many controversial issues about he has blood on his hands. Come on, who is he the person to come and tell Bengal that he wants peace and harmony? Amit Shah, Narendra Modi.
I see you're already raising the decibel and the tempers in the studio and out in the hustings as well. Now, one of the key questions is the might and the machine that the BJP is able to bring to this election. They can have Jaiprakash Nadda in one part of the country in Assam, they can have Narendra Modi in Bengal, they can have Amit Shah in Tamil Nadu, and even in Bengal they can concentrate a lot of energy with the kind of resources, men and machine that the Trinamool Congress simply cannot compete with. Is there a fear that over the next 2 months the Trinamool army could simply get overwhelmed by the most potent election machine modern India has seen?
if I were to honestly answer the question, all what you said is correct. All what you said is correct. In terms of the machinery, in terms of the money, in terms of the government agencies. Now they're calling it double engine. You can have the double engine, but we believe we have two assets. One is Mamta Banerjee. I've seen her, I've worked with her from 2003, 2004. She is on a big mission. She's confident, she's calm, because she knows she doesn't have all this on her side. The infinity media, infinity machinery. She believes that she believes and she knows she has really touched the lives and done her really best, her real best. And she has the humility to also believe that, and the Trinamool believes, we're not some perfect political party who've solved everybody's problems in the last 10 years. Of course not. Of course not. That's why we've had a door-to-door campaign in the last 6 months to say, hey, listen, if we didn't get this right, here's a chance. We'll try and get it right. Okay? But we'll do that. But that doesn't mean you can't come, you can come hard at us. We know that. We know you'll come hard at us, but we'll take you on. Come on, we'll take you on, because as I said at the top of your program, you bring all this on, and we have Mamta Di and all of us behind her, and we have a lot of talent in Trinamool, which you will also see in the assembly candidates, as spokespersons on television, because we really believe it's a festival of democracy. So you made the rules. You know, it's like the bully who came to in the cricket match in school. He'd bring his bat, he'd bring his ball, he'll make the rules, you know, but still the best cricketer would win. So Mamta Di, that's why we are saying, Kala Habe, you bring it all on, but we'll take you on, because no overconfidence, no arrogance.
Okay.
We do believe that at the end of it all, whether you have 8 phases or 18 phases, Mr. Kanwal, it's the people who will decide. It's the people who will decide, and the people of Bengal, after hearing that their state is voting in 8 phases, there itself is a message. If Mr. Shah and Mr. Modi was so confident, they'd have had the election in 2 phases and finished it off.
Okay.
So we'll wait till May the, what did they say,
Second.
May the 2nd or May the 3rd. And I don't think it's a Bengal election, Mr. Kanwal, my last point. I don't think it's a Bengal election. It's much bigger than a Bengal, election, because as you did say, and I agree with you, that the way everything else has been bulldozed, it won't be the last man standing, but it will certainly be the last woman standing.
Well, you're being massively combative in the studios and on the ground. This will be a fascinating contest. Mamta Banerjee and the Trinamool Congress will throw all that they have against the might of the BJP machine. As we say on India Today, may the best woman or man win. Derek O'Brien, thank you very much for joining us on the News Track.
Hello.